One divine budget and an attack skill. Almost recipe for disaster. I'm really surprised I got this to work even with this low budget. What's up guys, Pidget here. Let's see what things we got on the damage side. Our skill choice is Flicker Strike. Teleports you to a nearby enemy and attacks with a melee weapon. This skill has a cooldown, but it can be bypassed by spending frenzy charges, but we need to find a way to generate frenzy charges, so we can freely use our skill. This is why we're using a very cheap weapon, namely Terminus Est. When you deal a crit, you will generate one frenzy charge. We almost crit capped. So, on every attack we get a frenzy charge. Alone the skill base damage is not enough to deal high damage. This is why we will scale our damage by a few simple things. The first and almost the best you can do with a physical melee skill, use Impale. This is why we choose Champion as our Ascendancy. You get an additional Impale on the enemy, which is huge damage boost for us, while we also get a free banner of our choice. The other main multiplier is our armor and evasion rating, because we're using Preservance unique belt. It will increase our attack damage by 1% per 200 of the lowest armor and evasion rating, while also give us onslaught because we always fortified. This is why we play Champion. We're using 3 offensive and 2 defensive aura, while we still can use our skills freely. We are achieving this with a signal unique, namely Devouring Diadem unique helmet. The auras is the following: Determination and Grace for our unique belt, Pride for the increased physical damage taken on the enemies, we have a Divine Blessing setup, and we're using Haste for more attack speed and movement speed, and of course using Precision for the crit and accuracy rating. Using a curse vulnerability as an aura with Blossomy support. But now our curse will reserve mana, and we making it free with a really cheap amulet, Presence unique amulet. Now all of our enemies will take even more physical damage. I want to speak about Vaal Flicker Strike. It was added in this league and I was hyped to try it out. I didn't know why players didn't speak about it, but after I tried out, and what can I say? Take a look on this. Huh? Okay, I get it, this is not high budget, but come on, maybe a little more damage, or I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong here, but this version is only looks good, nothing else. Also, sometimes I didn't even know what's happening in the screen. After a few maps, I needed to take a little break, because I got dizzy and frustrated to dashing into something dangerous, but at least I didn't die to it thanks to our defenses. On the defensive side, because we take Champion as our Ascendancy, we can have Fortified. We take 20% less damage from almost everything, using Grace Aura for evasion rating, so we almost can die from the monsters' basic attacks or projectile. Determination and Molten Shell combo for the physical damage reduction. Because of that, we were using as our panic button Vaal Molten Shell. Our character still has spell suppression, which is preventing half of the spell damage when we taking spell damage. But this is not capped, so sometimes you can die to spell one-shots. Defensive part where I was needed to stay low level because I can spend more on the gear. With this build, I just wanted to show you what a single Divine Orb investment can do on this skill. I would like if you hit the like button like the Shaper hitting the Elder, so it can start spread to more people. Thank you. I wanted to try to use items that you can replicate easily, not some crafted items and say, yeah, I crafted with an alchemy orb. We're using 5 unique items in the build. As I mentioned earlier, Terminus Est unique sword. This was really cheap, like 2 chaos. Try to aim high critical chance. Devouring Diadem. This is how we can use that many auras in the build. All of our auras socketed in this. This was 30 chaos. You can get this helmet with attributes just like me if you are on short with attributes for your gems or your gear. But you can use resistance ones as well. Because we're using a curse vulnerability as an aura with Blossomy support, or curse will reserve mana, and we can make it free with a really cheap amulet, Presence unique amulet, or Anointment Forceful Quivering. Preservance unique belt, it will increase our attack damage by 1% per 200 of the lowest armor and evasion rating, while also give us onslaught because we always fortified. Syntrack unique boots, we need to use this because it gives a ton of energy shield, so we can cast our Divine Blessing aura, and also it gives us intelligence. The following implicits you can craft with the Eldritch currency. I just used the lesser one. This is all cheap, like 1 chaos for 8 lesser one, so you could easily get the following rolls. On your body armor, Pride has increased aura effect and increased aura effect from your skills. On your gloves, gain rage when you hit. And if you are on low with the hit chance, you can use global accuracy mode, or you can use spell suppression. Pantheons we using is the following: Major, Soul of the Brine King, important to upgrade, avoid to being frozen and reduced effect of chill on you. Minor, Soul of Garukan, reducing the shock effect on you. Also worth to mention here, beside it with Alira for the critical strike multi and for the all elemental resistance. Flasks we using, really important. We using 2 armor flask, a basalt flask with reduced mana cost of skill during effect. You can get this mod from the betray mechanic when unveiling flasks. A granite flask with increased charge recovery and increased armor during effect. 2 flask with evasion rating, a steel knight flask with attack speed during flask effect, a jade flask with increased evasion rating during effect. The reason is why we using this 4 flask because our preservance unique belt. Because when we using all of our flask, our armor and evasion rating will skyrocketing, as you can see here. I just want to highlight a few things on the passive tree that you need for the build. Using a Watcher Eye with have chance to deal double damage while affected by Pride. The Blue Nightmare unique Jewel in this spot. Now we can generate power charges while mapping, because we allocating this elemental resistance nodes here. We taking champion as our Ascendancy. The notables in order are the following. In your first lab, you take Master of Metal, really strong node for the early leveling. Second lab, Unstoppable Hero, this will not give us anything before our third lab. On the third lab, you take Fortitude. You can now utilize the first node while you take less damage from hit. Last lab, Inspirational, your banner is now free and you have increased aura effect from your auras. Gem and Gemling, starting with our main link. In our body armor, of course, increase critical damage, Flicker Strike, Impale, Multi-Strike, increase critical strike support, Awaken Brutality support. Don't worry, this is really cheap. In our weapon or curse and banner setup, Blasphemy support, Generosity support, Arrogance, War banner, and vulnerability. If you feeling your accuracy rating is lacking, so you didn't reach 100% hit chance, you can unsocket the generative support, because the generative support will make our war banner not affecting us with the accuracy rating proportion of the skill. In our gloves or divine blessing setup, divine blessing, haste, and inspiration. In our boots, cost when damage taken, and molten shell, and precision. In our helmet, really important, you socketing these auras inside this piece of gear. Pride, Enlighten, Determination, and Grace. I hope you enjoyed this video about Flicker Strike Champion. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, I was Bridget, see you next time guys!